Hi everyone, hope you're doing okay. Ross and I were talking the other day about simple ways that we can maintain our well-being and our health. And Ross kept on saying, book, 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 book. And I thought, Ross, you're 100% correct. One of the very simple yet profound ways that we can maintain our mental health is by reading books. There's a tremendous amount of research that shows the positive attributes of reading. Let me go through a few this morning. Here's the first one. It has this wonderful connectivity that takes place in our brain. If you look at the picture, we can see from brain scans how our brain literally lights up when we read. And researchers tell us that those positive feelings can actually linger in our body for days afterwards. A second thing that reading does, the researchers tell us, is that it reduces stress, which is absolutely wonderful. Third thing that reading does is it can help us to concentrate and focus more. Don't we all need to be able to do that a little more? Number 4, when we read from a printed page rather than from a screen, we actually remember more. Researchers tell us that we have greater memory retention when we read from the old hard copy printed page than from the screen. Isn't that interesting? Number 5. Researchers tell us that when we read books in the evening to wind down, they actually help us have a better, more sound, deeper sleep. Isn't that beautiful? And of course, when it comes to relaxing, there's nothing better than curling up with a good book and escaping for a while into our own little world. Number 7. And this is an interesting one. Researchers suggest that over the years, our attention spans have actually shortened because we're spending too much time reading on the internet and on screens rather than picking up serious books that help us to maintain our focus and our attention. So we really need to consider getting back into reading those old, beautiful hard copy books. Number 8. Researchers also suggested that over the last 20 years there's been a massive decline in empathy, particularly among young people. Very interesting. What they suggest is that we're losing our ability to read books and stories of other people's lives. And so, for example, when we immerse ourselves in someone else's story, for example, if I read about William Wilberforce and his efforts to set the slaves free back in the 18th century, it sparks something in my heart. It makes me more mindful of other people in our modern day era that experience similar things, and it motivates me to want to do something and have empathy for them. And the research suggests that we need to get back to reading books to simply increase our empathy. Very interesting. And here we go, a final couple of thoughts. I read a book about 30 years ago called Gifted Hands by Ben Carson. And in that book, he tells a story of when he was about 10 years of age. His mum came home from work one afternoon. Him and his brother were sitting in front of the screen, and she came and turned it off and said, "No more screens until you've started to read some books, and then you can have some screen time." Totally changed his life. He says in that book that it cultivated in him a curiosity. It made him more knowledgeable across a whole range of subjects and topics. And this is the part that really stuck with me. He said it made him a less boring person. And I've always remembered that. And that has actually been a source of motivation for me to read on a wide range of topics. It just makes the world such a more interesting place. Here's the last little challenge for us today. For the next few minutes, let's have some discussion and try and inspire each other with our reading. Maybe talk about some of the books that you have read and enjoyed and some of the books that you would like to read. And let's stir each other up to get back into those books and help with our overall well-being in so many different ways, and perhaps even to make us less boring people. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Ross just wanted to share his favourite book with us this morning too. He's absolutely obsessed with this one. We'll read a little bit together. Big Bird waited and waited for the rooster to crow. Maybe he's taking a nap, Big Bird thought as he fell asleep. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Maybe you should do that part. Anyway, God bless you. Find a good friend, find a good book, enjoy the rest of your day, and enjoy reading. Have a wonderful day. Bye, Roscoe.